Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, I have a picture where I can identify for you certain, I almost can call them traitors, for not promoting their national interest first, but actually defending and promoting foreign countries' interests. And that is a picture coming from Odessa. And there are some countries, some leaders of countries who participated in the Ukraine Southeast Europe Summit. And here is the picture, right there. And it says Ukraine Southeast Europe Summit participants support Ukraine's NATO membership aspiration. All right? So these guys came to, this is according to Ukrainian Forum, these guys came to Odessa to participate in this little shitty thing to build this guy up. That's what it is. So we have one, we got two. These guys I know for sure, or this guy's another one, but I know these ones. These guys are not working for their national interest. This is the clown from Romania. He is unbelievably awkward and I don't know. And she is the president of Moldova, Sandu. So this is Nicușor and this is Maya. All right, these guys showed up here. This is, you can frame it, maybe with, you can crop it here. Vucic, no, but everybody else signed the declaration. Vucic refused. Why? And I will show you why. Now these guys, this is what they say. Ukraine Southeast Europe Summit participants support Ukraine's NATO membership aspirations. Now, how can you, fucking idiot, support not him, but whatever he represents, Ukraine's NATO membership aspiration? How? How could you possibly do that? How? Now is the right time for the Romanians to claim, no, Ukraine, you have to go through me if you want to go over there, if it's for real. But it's not for real. Why? When you are, when you are applying to join NATO, you have to obviously jump through certain hoops. Supposedly every country. Some countries more than the others. Like Romania had to jump through 1,000 hoops versus, let's say, Finland or Sweden. They didn't have to. They were just dragged on the other side, from one side of the river to the other one. The Romanian imbeciles wanted it, swam, were pushed back, pushed underneath the water. We want in the NATO. And this guy said, yes. Now, this is what you need to do. You need to bend over, take your pants off, and ready. All right? Whenever I want, however I want, for how long I want. All right? And Romania said, yes, I'll do that. One of these bent over moments for Romania was the, how do you call it, renunciation. Romania renounced its aspirations, its demands from Ukraine of its own territories. So to join NATO, you have to have peaceful relationship with everybody, with all your neighbors. So you don't have any territorial, problems with these guys' claims from a different country, because once you're going to be in NATO, you provoke a war, or a war is provoked, and then supposedly NATO Article 5 is triggered, and you take your territories back by using NATO. So that's why, as a country, before you go and are part of NATO, you have to say, I'm okay with all the countries. And the country says, hey, I'm okay with you. That's the requirement. Now, this imbecile, he's not going to say anything. First, Moldova is an artificial country, just so you know that. Artificial. It didn't come back where it was taken from. Moldova's so-called Moldova, which is not even the entire Moldova. And this is just Basarabia, part of Moldova. Anyway, so this guy right now could tell this guy right now, or the country, Ukraine, you want in NATO? Give us back the territories. And you're going to go in NATO. He is the same thing as we were in a position when we, Romania, wanted to join NATO. We had to tell the Ukrainians we were not in NATO. Ukraine was not in NATO. We have no claims of any territory from your country. You keep it all. That was a mistake. There was treason. Right then there was treason. And right now this guy can say to the Ukrainians, no, we oppose this until those territories, I don't know, we do something about it. They're not going to say anything. Why? Because that's the definition of traitor. A traitor is a person who doesn't work for the interest of his own countries, but works for others to promote their interest inside it. That's a traitor. Treason. That's how I call it. You can call it however you want. A love affair, beautiful tennis set, match, whatever. No, my friends, no. This is the chance. And they are not caring. And this guy, he can't even stay straight. Look at his face. He's like, what the fuck? They're going to shoot at you or something? I mean, look at this guy. This guy right here, he looks like he's going to be shot at. He's like this. He's awkward, man. He's awkward. But I want to say something, but I don't want to insult. Anyway, let's move on. So this is, and they say what? They all support. They say all support. How can you, Romania? Anyway, easily. If you don't fight for your own interest, that's what you do. And then we have these guys right here. Russia Today. Ukraine membership out of NATO summit statement. Bloomberg. So these guys support it, the little baboons, but the big dudes, the real guys, says out of NATO summit statement. The US-led bloc is seeking to limit friction between Washington and other members, the media outlet has reported. The prospect of Ukraine joining NATO will not be mentioned in the declaration at the bloc's summit later this month. Bloomberg has reported Kiev has long sought to become a member of the US-led organization. Now, don't get all excited or upset about this. Upset are the guys who want to join. Excited the ones who don't want Ukraine to join. It's just a declaration. They say this today, and tomorrow by noon they're going to say the opposite. And then the next they're going to say the opposite, and so on. It's just for now. Just for now. We don't know what happens tomorrow. So for you guys, take it easy. If there's some, relax and go. Why? This is a declaration. How many times did the guys in NATO, the Western world, promised? And what they do? Nothing. They change their mind. So again, these guys say no, the other guys are, we're ready, including the imbeciles from Romania. All right, and remember, they said over there that all countries, right here, all right, participants support Ukraine NATO membership, All right, man, excellent. But we have this article from Ukrainska Pravda, Serbian president boasts of not signing Odessa summit declaration. So it's true that these guys did not say all participants, but they say Ukraine Southeast Europe summit participants, that includes everyone, support Ukraine's NATO membership aspiration. Okay, the participants of this summit reaffirmed their support for Ukraine's path toward full Euro-Atlantic integration. Now, you don't have to be a member. You just change the term. You add a new category. So you have the category of a full player. A full player, full member. Ukraine will never be a full member NATO state. But we're going to make up another term. Ukraine will be a Tsokaloka member. And the Tsokaloka member is the same thing as a full member. We just created another term, Tsokaloka. That's another name for member. We're not going to call it member, we're going to call it Tsokaloka. And Ukraine will benefit for everything a member from this category will benefit. You got it? So easy. What are you going to do? Well, we created a Tsokaloka membership. Tsokaloka membership has everything we want. Unbelievable, my friends. Unbelievable. So let's see what Mr. Vucic says. Serbian president boasts of not signing Odessa summit declaration, saying, and I'm quoting, did not betray Russia. Well, some people say it's expected, some people say it's not. We'll see. Serbian President Alexander Vucic has stated that he has not signed the declaration of Ukraine Southeast Europe summit in Odessa, and that by doing so he did not betray Russia. Hey, hello, what's going on here? All right. Okay, so this is what he says. Unlike them, presumably referring to the other summit participants who are ready to accept everything directed against Russia. Accept from whom? So they accept from whom? Everything they can. So that tells you from this that these baboons are told what to do and they accept That's for or against their own national interest. He added that Serbia defends the interest of international public law, always guided by its own interest. And I'm quoting, "I am proud of Serbia's policy, our independence, our autonomy, and we will continue in this way." Excellent, excellent, my friends. And he says yes, the declaration published on the website of the Office of the President of Ukraine confirms that Vucic was the only participant of the Ukraine South Summit who did not sign it. The document, among other things, condemns Russia's war against Ukraine in the strongest possible terms and calls on the international community to maintain and further, no, they don't maintain, it's just a few countries, and further strengthen sanctions against the Russian Federation. The summit participants also reaffirmed their support for the European and Euro-Atlantic aspirations of Kiev and other countries in the region. Got it? And we have this one, Russia Today. Serbia responds to accusations of betraying. And again, he says he refused to condemn Moscow during his recent visit to Ukraine. And he says, "Who did I betray? Russia? With what exactly?" Vucic asked, responding to a reporter's question. He added that he had refused to sign the summit final declaration which condemned Russia and expressed support for Ukraine's NATO aspirations. So, see, in that little declaration, it was first condemning Russia and then support of Ukraine aspirations. Let's go back. What do you say here? The summit participants also reaffirmed their support. They didn't say for the NATO and Euro-Atlantic aspirations. They didn't say anything. They didn't say here anything that he did not sign the declaration, but here they say no. The participants right there. So someone is lying. Let's see the timeline here. So this came what time? At 11, it's from yesterday at 11:51 p.m. So it's, let's say, midnight. These guys, when they came with this, was yesterday earlier. So this article was published earlier than this article, was it? It's 11:22:23. That's 10:23, an hour earlier. And this guy right here, the Russians, published this today. So these guys right here, the Ukraine Forum, they knew that not all participants signed and their support. So they lied. No, I want YouTube to close Ukraine Forum's platform. If we are to follow the community guidelines, it happens to us if we are to be true and just, but we are not. That's a lie. Right there, I would like you to do something about it. They will not do anything, obviously, because it's not about truth and justice. So he did not betray anybody. And I'm quoting here. "This was my 4th Ukraine Southeast European Summit, and once again, I was the only one who refused to endorse the declaration." That tells you all those guys are owned. Vucic stresses Serbia seeks to maintain good relations with both Ukraine and Russia. "I am proud of Serbia's policy," and tralala, lululu, kukulu. So, what do you think, my friends? What do you think? Some people are just doing what they're told, my friends. Some people are just doing that. They are traitors. If you work for other people's interests and that are against your own interest, that means you're a traitor, my friends. So, the Romanians should say this. No, we support it, but we have to discuss certain things. And those certain things are Bukovina, Basarabia, the entire Basarabia, and the Snake Island. But that would be Russian soon, so sorry. And the Hungarians, but I don't think they're over there. Why? I haven't seen a Hungarian there. I haven't seen Orban or Mr. Szijjártó. So the Hungarians would have said, niet. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Those are our leaders. Did you look at the body language? Did you look at the body language? Right there. Look how they are. Look at this tough guy right here. Look at this guy. Doesn't like the light. Straight like a dick. This guy is like, what am I doing here? Who am I slapping? This guy, there's too much light. I'm a vampire. Don't shoot. This guy's just finished something with his right hand. She is like turning to the left a little bit, like that, like a. Anyway, my friends, these are the Jewish president of the Ukrainian nation. I'm right here. I'm your father. Fuck you. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.